So my freshman year of high school was awful. I was miserable and confused and had no idea what I was doing. So hopefully this video helps all you freshmen out there not be as stupid and naive as I was. Let's get to it. So firstly, just be prepared to lose some of your friends and gain some friends. So what I mean by this is that your friends that you'll be coming into high school with, that you've had since middle school, just keep in mind that people change. They can change for the good or for the worse. In my case, both of my friends actually, that my closest friends I've had since 7th grade, they changed into people I couldn't even recognize at a point. And although some reasons for change can be because of a personal experience or some simulation of growth, just try to be considerate when you notice someone's changing, not acting as they should. Just kind of think of the reasons. Perhaps something is going on that you don't know about. But for me, the changes that I saw within my friends was completely unexpected. There wasn't really much reason for it, except for high school. Sometimes I guess high school just changes people. It's just high school. It is what it is. It's gonna change people, I guess. So yeah, one of my friends became an entirely different person. I didn't know how to trust her, and I didn't know how to even believe what she was saying anymore. And then eventually I realized she was hiding some things from me, and so that just kind of proved my point. I just wanted to drift away from her, and I'm trying to currently. Yeah, and both of these friends, they also became emotionless. They stopped wanting to talk to me in class, even if you were partners. It's not about being serious in class. It's not about being determined or just being concentrated. It wasn't like that in those cases. They were just completely closed off and didn't care about how I felt. So yeah. And one other thing about high school is that literally everybody hides emotions. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, in my high school at least, everyone is just so emotionless. No one even cracks a smile anymore. And whenever I show emotion, I feel so ashamed of myself because I feel so outcasted. Whenever I talk to my friends, I am literally, it's like a one-sided conversation. I'm just talking and the other person is just listening, and their response is simply, okay. And I get it, high school has fatigue and a lot of things. Everyone has a lot of things going on, so I kept that in mind for a long time. But just keep in mind that you need friends who don't tire you down, but rather lift you up, because in high school everything, these years are going to be really hard. So you need at least one friend that's gonna be able to cheer you up, give you some energy, and just help you through high school. I'm still looking for those type of friends, but just notice every friendship goes through its up and downs, and you can't just define it by one event or one thing happening. For me, it was a gradual change, and it just happened throughout the whole first year, freshman year. And I noticed it from the very beginning, and for those whole all those months, I just kept in mind that something could be happening that I didn't know about, but I don't think that was the case. So yeah. So also on the topic with friends, try to diversify your friend group. Okay, because for me personally, I have friends who have very similar interests as me, very similar goals as me, and while that isn't a bad thing, that's something I applaud, something I find inspiring. It becomes kind of necessary for you to keep up, kind of, and for them to keep up. So it becomes kind of competitive, even if it isn't so outwardly obviously competitive, the competition's just going to exist. Underneath all those layers of friendship, the competition is still there. And yeah, there's going to be comparing at times. Even if it's not within the kids, it's going to be with the parents. Personally, I haven't had to gone through that experience, but some of my friends have told me that they felt compared to me, and so that kind of environment just scares me, threatens me. I don't really like it. So that's why I would say diversify your friend group. And I don't mean be friends with someone who goes completely against your morals, doesn't respect you, but someone who has different hobbies. Like, say you like science and you're like with math Olympiads and robotics. Try to find a friend who's like into art, theater, and although your schedules will definitely crash, it's really, really good to see how someone else is living, like another student, and to be friends with them, because there's going to be a lot more conversation in that friendship, a lot more sharing of experiences, and then a lot of trust will be brought into it as well. I want to create a friendship like that. I am just very scared to do so, but I recommend doing that 100%. Also, with friend zones again, don't be arrogant or neglectful. What I mean by this is that you could think you are the best friend in the world, but literally no one is, because everyone as a friend will have their mistakes and their achievements. And though it's not like a list of checks, like you did this, you did that, but you did this and you did that, it's not like that. It's more like how you behave, how you listen, how, most importantly, you're able to look back as you're able to look back at your actions as a friend and recognize if you did something wrong, because most people are not willing to admit when they're wrong, but it's very important to do so, especially with your friends. For example, I've definitely been a bad friend, and I feel like that's one of the reasons I've lost my friendships. But all you can do is focus on the future and learn how to be more considerate and a better friend overall. And that just helps to you becoming a better person. So, yeah. Secondly, don't be afraid of upperclassmen. And I say this because upperclassmen can be like some of your best friends. And like personally, when I joined ethics at my school, like at least like 3 of them I became friends with. Like not friends that I could go to the mall with or like hang over. Like we hang out, right? But for ethics mainly. But yeah, having upperclassmen, they kind of expose you to a new world and they give you some advice. And if you need help or like need some info about teachers or classes, you can go to them. And I am honestly still afraid of upperclassmen, and I feel like they're just so intimidating, but just keep in mind they're only a few years older than you, so yeah. But I am still scared of upperclassmen. It's fine though. All you need to do is just, try to talk to them, kind of, or have them talk to you, because usually they'll start the conversation. They're nice, usually. Well, for me, they're nice. And secondly, these upperclassmen have exposed me to a lot of things I didn't know happened in our high school specifically. I always knew drama occurred from movies and like social media, but I didn't think they actually happened like with people that I knew. So I've always been very observant and I've noticed things, and like most of my suspicions, like they confirmed were true. I was shocked, but not shocked at the same time. So for me, at least, I wasn't, like, the classes I had weren't an environment where there was a lot of drama. And I don't even have Snapchat. So I barely knew anything that was going on besides, like academia. But my other friends had Snapchat, and I had upperclassmen telling me a bunch of things. And so when I found out, I just realized that high school has so many worlds, and usually you're just confined into one. So yeah, just remember there's a lot going on around you that you have no idea of. So yeah, I was pretty naive going into high school. I had no idea what was happening until my friends told me about gossip and stuff. It was an exhilarating experience because it happened to people I kind of knew. I've had classes with in the past. No, I don't think I have, but it's happened to people who are my same age in the same school as me. So it's weird to think about, but it happens. So another thing is teachers. Teachers in high school, I feel like they come in many categories and types. But just keep in mind that teachers are also human beings. They also go through some things. That doesn't excuse if they're like completely rude to you, but sometimes they have bad days. So just kind of be aware how you are. And another thing is, try, like on the first day, try to make a good impression. I know you don't want to seem like a teacher's pet, but if you're trying to be a good student, it doesn't mean you're a teacher's pet. Because actually, if you have a good connection with your teacher, it's really helpful. Because first of all, they won't hate you. Second of all, they'll be eager to help you. Teachers are always eager to help if they know a student wants to improve. But forming a bond with them is, it's very encouraging for your studies and for your school environment in general. And in the future, you do have to write, you need college recommendations. So, don't, pressure yourself into targeting one teacher, but just keep in mind that it's important to create relationships with those, or your peers, as well as your teachers. So, mean girls exist. Not mean girls not for me. Not mean girls as terrible as the ones from the movie Mean Girls, but there are definitely characteristics about people that you can't externally, outwardly see. Some people just hide their true emotions about you. You could be the kindest person ever, they'll still find some reason to laugh at you or despise you, because a lot of people, what they like to do is make assumptions. So just ignore them, honestly. Try to remove yourself from drama. Don't get involved with drama. I had that experience in middle school, and I decided that was enough. Try to be the kindest, nicest person you can be. And not to butter up to people, but rather just be a good person. Because I know it sounds so weird, but people like to be around kind people. Just makes sense. I would rather be with a nice person who's known to be kind than someone who's not. So because there's this one girl, right, in our grade. She's so unbelievably nice. I haven't really talked to her in a long time, but we occasionally DM each other on Instagram, and she's just always so nice to me at school. She just stands out as a really good being. So sometimes it's really important to be kind to people, and someday, there may be something you need. If you need a pencil in class, you'll give her one, she'll give you one. It's always good to be kind, not just for yourself, but for the people around you. And so with that, try not to make a permanent name for yourself. And what I mean by this is that, if you just do something, and you become known for doing it, that's all people will know you for. In middle school, I had no idea what that would happen to me, and I just did. I don't think people know me as a human, but rather a machine who just studies, because I was low-key obsessed with college in 6th grade, and that was a big mistake. And although sometimes being known for something is incredible, you're passionate about something, but it also becomes embarrassing at times, because I'm no longer that crazy person fueled by academics. Just as you may not be that same person you will be, that you are now, that you will be in the future. So just try not to get a label, because labels, they aren't good. Any label is bad, so you don't want a label. I hate labels, but sometimes that's what people recognize you for. It is what it is. Sometimes people want to be labeled, they want to be remembered for one thing, but in my case, I just hate my label. I would rather be remembered for anything else, but at least my thing isn't that embarrassing. It's it's cute, it's adorable in some nerdy way, but whatever. Okay, another tip is join clubs or join sports. Like, okay, because in high school you're gonna get really tired really easily, so you want to make sure that you have something like that doesn't fatigue you. Like, if you don't want physical fatigue, like as a sport, try to join a club. And if like you don't want to experience both like physical or mental fatigue, join like a film or chess club, like something that makes you happy and you relax, because it's hard to find those times in the day to just have time for yourself rather than homework and tests and studying. You need something to fall back on. Like, even if there's the weekend can get swapped. So yeah, find something that you love. So yeah, that's all I've got for right now. If you wanted like a second video, or if you have specific questions in mind, let me know, write them in the comments, because I can't really think of anything else. Like, those are the major standouts I've learned from freshman year. Obviously there are a lot more like tiny ones that are personal to me, but if you want to know them, let me know, because I'll be glad to share. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.